So, hello everybody. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Apologies for it being quite a big gap. A few things have changed. I've got a new PC, and we've also done some changes that have improved some stuff. We'd like to welcome Shonai, who's one of the admins for the World of Warships community program on our Discord. So, thank you very much for joining us, sir.
Glad to be invited by you. Thank you very much.
So, we've got a range of questions. Obviously, we'll run through them, and we'll get to know you some more. So, what is your name? Is your in-game name Shonai itself? Is that the one you go
Yes.
by? Yep.
Yeah, this is the name I use in almost all the games right now.
Yeah.
It's shonai. I remember you asked other guys where do they get that nickname.
Yes.
Yeah, mine is from a book based on Warhammer 40k universe. It was the name of one of the third row characters in the background, but I like the sound of it primarily.
Cool.
I read this book like maybe I don't remember how many years ago.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
this
nice.
is something I used to replace my older nickname, which I used when I was like around 10 to 15 years old. I used Knight. I mean, the person who wears armor, rides his horse, and charges with his lance.
Awesome. I've got a very old friend of mine who's really into reenactment, and he's actually got his own. He's got his own full suit of armor. He said it weighs just the arm weighs an absolute ton. It's absolutely beautiful, beautifully made though. But yeah, he's really into that. It's quite cool. So that's quite interesting to know that.
I also have some reenactment friends around me. Yeah, reenactment or live action role-playing games, for example, which are usually closely tied together.
Yeah.
I'm used to play airsoft for a while, for example.
Cool.
That's like a common set of hobbies you have around something military or history based.
Yeah, that's true. You do. You definitely do. I've noticed that as well. Yeah. So we were just talking about how long you played World of Warships for, and you said you were in the closed beta, weren't you?
Yeah, I've joined around close to open beta. I don't remember exactly, but I've played for a rather short period of time then. Probably because I was more driven by my studying at that period, or by some other games. And before joining Wargaming in the end of 2018, I've came back to World of Warships to try to remember what this game is about. And I've started to play a lot when I've joined the team.
Awesome. And besides Warships, what other games can we find you playing?
I'm really fond of Paradox Grand Strategies like Heart of Iron, Europe Universalis, Stellaris, etc.
Yeah.
It's like more than 1,500 hours for me.
Wow. I must admit, I like Hearts of Iron 4 myself as well. We sometimes have a few multiplayer games within Bob's. That gets a bit crazy. That sometimes. Unfortunately, I have a penchant for becoming America and researching nuclear weapons far too early. It's not good.
Despite having played almost 600 hours in Hearts of Iron, I've almost never played a proper multiplayer game with more than a couple of friends.
Yeah, it gets interesting when there's 10 of you. Yeah, it gets very strange because sometimes you forget who you're allied with. So what? Obviously, there's certain things obviously we know we can't go too far into, but how would you describe your role within wargaming?
How do I describe what?
Your role, your job, what you do.
That's a very interesting question because when I try to describe what I do for work, it's usually not that easy because, for example, when you're a programmer, when you're a developer, you just state that I'm writing a code, I'm developing a server or a client, I'm working for UI. I work in a team which was established by Sub-Octavian,
Yep.
and now Vester is in charge there. This team works like this is a global team which works with 4 different regional teams for each of the servers, and with global community initiatives. And we serve both as a feedback aggregator from regions to developers, and we work as those who prepare the information about updates. So, for example, one of the duties we do as a team is preparing patch notes. We prepare different gameplay articles. We check all the content we publish, for like images, mail sent to players, etc., etc. Other duty, of course, for me is community contributors program now.
Yep.
I'm more or less making sure that it runs smoothly now.
Yeah, it's. I think the British term would be that's herding cats with us sometimes. I will say you do a very very good job of looking after us, though. I will say that, and you know. It seems that it seems that you don't sleep sometimes as well, because very often there's a question will appear on the disc and it's like, oh, that'll be answered tomorrow, and then about an hour or so later you've answered, which it's you know I'm sure a lot of us are very grateful for the time and effort that you do put into answering what may sometimes seem like very strange and daft questions, but there is nothing stranger than folk when it comes to actually getting requests from players and questions about things.
Thank you very much for your kind words, and yes, I'm 100% sure that there are no wrong questions at all.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes I run into a situation where everything I can say, for example, is like, sorry, I don't have any news for you, or sorry, not in plans, or something like that, but it's still something which should be said, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, obviously, it's almost a running question, isn't it, from me to you about operations, and it's a running answer of as soon as we know, you'll know. So, but no, it is very very much appreciated, definitely.
Yeah, with operations, it was like I checked the information I had at hand, like the plans and stuff. Answered you that sorry, there is no information at the moment, and like literally, I don't remember, an hour or two after that, I've got confirmation that there will be a fix on Narai.
Yep. And like we said, straight away there's a ping back that says there is a fix for Narai. You can let people know about that, and it's things like that that are just quality of life things that we can do, when obviously it's in the right place and we can do. It's great to be able to feedback. So the next question on our list is about a school yearbook and what kind of quote will be under your name as to what kind of quote would significant to yourself.
When you showed me the questions, I was like stumbled because in Russia we don't have like quotes or something like that in school yearbooks. School yearbooks are usually about like just some photos or something like that, or even no yearbook at all. And I was thinking, what can it be? What can be written under my photo, for example, or something like that? And then I imagined not a school yearbook, but how it's called, graveyard stone.
Tombstone.
Yeah, I believe it could be more representative, and my wife immediately said that it should be something in line with "I've told you" or "I've said I was right."
Oh dear, I like that. That's a nice one. That's very. I like that. What is your favourite band or song? What sort of music do you like to relax to, listen to, and enjoy?
I'm not very much into music. I have a couple of bands I like. These are Sabaton and Dropkick Murphys. And Yeah, and if you ask about like the exact songs, I really liked the Bismarck Sabaton released
It was very
last
cool.
year. Yeah, but primarily in primarily as a clip, as a video, because it had some additional sounds like gun firing, shouting, explosions, etc., which made it more immersive.
Nice, nice. I must admit, I do have a bit of Sabaton lurking on my PC as well for occasional quiet sessions away from everybody to listen to. It is pretty cool. I liked the one they did about the eighth Air Force. I think it was the Winged Hussar. I think they called it. It was about the Eighth Army Air Force, which I thought was quite a potent one. Bismarck was good, and obviously, we've got a bit of a soft spot for that with the game. Do you have a joke that you would like to share?
Um, I will remember the answer which Kostya gave you, Vesari, about jokes. About that they could be in context. Primarily, the jokes are based on context, and
Yes,
the other thing is jokes are very cultural dependent, in my opinion.
yes, they can be. That's true.
Cultural, educational, like occupational, etc., etc., etc. And when I started to think which, not that which suitable joke can I remember, I've understood that like there's nothing really special, really funny, or really interesting I can remember. The only one is it's a short story. It's
Okay.
related to the Navy. This is like a semi-fictional story. In Soviet and then in Russian fleet, there was of course an official uniform,
Yep.
and it also described as in other navies even socks. And there is a story that once a high-ranked officer conducted a military check of uniform
Yep.
of ship's crew, and like he ordered, put your leg in front of you and raise the so I don't remember the word. What do you wear on your legs?
Trousers.
Yeah, raise your pants and show me your socks. He walked near the near the not the soldiers, but
Sailors.
near the sailors. Yeah, checked their socks and stopped near one who had green socks, and like he was all out raging and shouting, and he said like, "Look, sailorman should have either he shows his first sock blue or he shows his second black socks." And this was said to us when we had our military education by one of the officers who was checking us.
Oh dear, you should have black or blue socks. Do you know what? It is. There's one that's very similar to what my granddad told me when he was being taught to sail by my as well as great granddad. And every morning, my great granddad. This is what my granddad would tell us. Every morning, my great granddad would wake up when they were going sailing, and he'd pull a red sock on the left hand side and a green sock on the right hand side. And
I believe this.
and for years, my granddad never asked a question as to why until he turned around and he said, why have you put them on? And his simple answer was, well, at least this way your mother will know which side I'm supposed to lay on. It's again, like I said, it works sometimes. It doesn't work with everybody, but no, it's that's something my granddad used to tell me quite a bit. So obviously, I know where I can get hold of you because we speak to you on a daily and hourly basis. But where would people where would people bump into yourself during in normal circumstances? Is it on the forum? Is it in the forums or on the? Or do you join the streams occasionally when the teams do those on the servers?
Usually I'm not that much communicating directly with players. I take part in official Q&A sessions. Sometimes I join our official streams, both for CIS and EU,
Yep.
and I don't remember. Yeah, just CIS and EU at the moment. I believe that's it. And I'm really not very communicative at forums because our community managers are proficient at that.
That's true.
In
Yep.
that. And speaking about where people can find my content, it's primarily portal and development blog.
There we go. Well, thank you very much for taking some time out of your evening to join us. I do very much appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. And well, there you go, guys. You've met somebody who you probably never knew about, but we know quite a lot of within the CC program. Now you also know them as well. So thank you, shonai, for joining us. It's been much appreciated.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I was very glad to speak to you and to your viewers.
Not a problem at all. Well, guys, that wraps up another meet a member of Wargaming, and we'll see you all when we do the next one. So thank you very much, sir, and goodbye, everybody.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.